Yo, what's good, guys? It's Rage, your Solo Dolo, back here again with another video, guys. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about 7 things we learned from Star Wars The Last Jedi. I just went to go see it for the second time in a row and had to write down a couple notes. And here are like 7 things you probably would have missed or you probably didn't pay attention to. So, coming in at number 1, Rey's parents were drunk, so she sold her off. So in the middle of the movie, or somewhat towards the end, but probably in the middle, we find out that Kylo Ren can see into Rey's past and stuff, and he knows who his parents are. And Rey even sometimes mentions that there were nobodies who were just drunks who just sold her off. And I thought it was kind of anticlimactic, but so this will probably play out into one of my further points later on in the video. But I thought it was pretty anticlimactic, but I don't know, who cares. So coming in at number 3, I'm gonna talk about a couple notable deaths. First we have Admiral Akbar. He unfortunately dies at the beginning of the movie. You probably noticed that when she said that, but some people probably might have not known. Also, I'm just gonna talk about how like some pointless villain characters that died. Captain Phasma and Supreme Leader Snoke. I thought that was pretty dumb. How they basically made these like characters seem like such like a big deal. Like, oh, they're super ultra powerful, and then they just die out of nowhere. I don't even think like Supreme Leader Snoke and like Captain Phasma probably like together, like the amount of time they had on screen from The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, I don't even think they have like probably 30 minutes allocated, which is pretty sad. These characters were like supposed to be huge, and they just like let them die like nothing. But yeah, I hope they give some kind of backstory to the Snoke, because he was just kind of like a pointless villain character. Same thing with Captain Phasma. They just seem like they made Captain Phasma seem like this like new Boba Fett or something, but she was just horrible. She just dies. It's stupid. Coming in at number 3, we find out that Luke Skywalker tried to actually kill Ben Solo, aka Kylo Ren. So in the middle of the movie, we see into Luke Skywalker's Kylo Ren's past, and we find out that he actually was almost about to be killed by Luke Skywalker because he sensed the Force and he thought he could stop it, but then he realized that he hadn't made his mind up, so he put away his lightsaber, but he already saw that he had his lightsaber out, and he basically brought the entire building down. And here's another point, I don't know if this is significant, but we also find out, I'm just going to name this number 4, but we also find out that Kylo Ren took the apprentices of Luke Skywalker, because he took some other kids with them to for the new Jedi Temple, and we find out that he killed some of them, but the ones that did actually like want to come with Kylo Ren, he spared them and he took them with him. So I want to know a little bit more about that in like maybe like episode 9. I want to know what happened to those kids that he took with them. Maybe they're part of the Knights of Ren or something maybe like that. But coming in another number 5, we find out that Princess Leia is Force sensitive, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's been kind of like hinted at in like books, but we haven't actually ever seen it in like a movie, and we see it in this one when she pulls herself towards the ship, which is pretty cool. And I don't know, maybe they like reference it a little bit more in the next episode 9. But yeah, I don't know how much more to talk about, but I thought that was pretty cool. We find out that she is Force sensitive, and it is confirmed. So number 6, Kylo Ren and Rey have telekinetic connection. I don't know what this is supposed to be about, but I don't know how they could like see each other and talk to each other from a far distance. This is something that was kind of new and introduced into the movie. We all thought that this was kind of like a reference to that they were like brothers and sisters, but again, Kylo Ren says and Rey say that her parents were nobodies, and that wouldn't make any sense because Leia and Han Solo's parents were Kylo Ren's parents, so I don't know what connection it could have. Maybe he's just lying, like I said in the beginning, and Rey's parents are actually somewhat important to the movie. But yeah, that's pretty interesting. And number 6, we have that there are still Force-sensitive kids out there. We all thought that probably the Jedi were all dead, but as we find out, it was kind of hinted at in The Force Awakens, but we had to like see The Last Jedi to really understand it, that there are like some, you don't have to be like conceived by Force sensitive parents to actually be Force sensitive. So we find that out in the movie because towards the end, really at the end, we see these kids who are all Force sensitive, and they're like, you know, bringing stuff towards them. Like at the end, this kid, he goes outside and he brings a broom towards him by using the Force, which is really cool. And this is probably gonna play out into like
darkness.
What's it called again?
This is not going to go the way
Oh
you
yeah, episode
think.
9. I don't know, maybe it's gonna take like more towards into the future, which would be pretty good. We're gonna see those children at the end are gonna be part of the Resistance or something, or maybe part of the First Order. I highly doubt the First Order. That would literally make no sense. But yeah, it's pretty interesting that there's still Force sensitive children out there in Star Wars. And coming in at number 8, the final one, guys, Luke Skywalker died.
December 15th. Fulfill
which is pretty like, amazing. I didn't actually think he was gonna die until like probably like episode 9, but he just ended up dying in this one, which is pretty sad. I wish they could have used him in a bit of a better way. He was like projecting himself at the mineral planet so he could fight Kylo Ren, but in reality he wasn't even there. And every time they tried to stab him, he was just like nothing basically. He used up basically all of his Force. It was so much Force that he basically passed away and disappeared and turned into a Force ghost at the end. So yeah, guys, that's basically 8 things or 7 or 8 things that we learned from Star Wars: The Last Jedi. And if you guys did enjoy the video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. I appreciate it a lot. And yeah, guys, peace.
I've seen this, Ross.